Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Cuddyback, America's Best Bowstrings, Drake Non-Typical, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Lone Wolf Tree Stands, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, RTP Outdoors, Spot Hog Releases, Wasp Archery, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
November 8th, hunting here in Manitoba. It's been really cold, a lot of snow. Gonna hang tight and see what happens. There's been a lot of deer activity. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity tonight. Buck running into the decoy. Get ready, buddy. Is your camera working? Yeah. And poking young does that matter. I don't care. That's a dead buck if he comes close. That's a big deer, dude. He's coming running. He's running. He's grunting. Make sure you give me a good range. Yeah. Man, that's a hoss. That is a hoss, man. I will frontal him if he gets too close. 62. Okay, he's in bow range. Oh, he's heavier than last year. Yeah, he's a big buck. He's super nice, dude. You got him on film, right? Super nice. Oh, yeah, buddy. I wonder if I should draw. Not yet. Well, do whatever you want. Wait. You tell me when I'm... He's at 43. You got him on film? Yeah. 33. 28. High. I hit him high, Matt. Yeah, you did. Well, we're sitting here in the blind, and we just watched the footage frame by frame. And it's the story of my life this year. That deer ducked again. It's crazy how you can shoot a deer in Montana and have a duck, shoot a deer in Manitoba and have a duck. Shot, actually, I think was pretty good. I don't feel like I was pretty sure my pen was good when I was thinking back on it, but when we watched the footage, I mean, I definitely think it was a perfect shot as far as, where the placement was. But if you watch frame by frame real slow, that deer, he dropped quite a bit, which is a little surprising to me, but at that distance, I mean, just shows you it doesn't care. It doesn't matter how fast your bow is. Past 20, they can really duck quick, so it's just a hard lesson. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I think I'm just gonna start aiming at the heart on every deer. I'd rather hit low or go underneath them than backstrap them. It drives me nuts. So, of course, the next time I'll probably aim at the heart and have it go underneath them. But we got a deer here really close. Talk quietly. Anyways, that's a wrap for now. Well, it's Saturday, November the 10th. I'm hunting here in Manitoba. It is extremely cold. It's single digits. They are all the guys here have been talking Celsius, so I'm a little out of the loop on that, but I think it's like 6 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that, so super cold. I've been hunting, I think this is, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so this is my 4th day. It's an 8-day hunt, and I've had some activity, nothing too crazy, but actually a couple nights ago I had an encounter with a really big buck that they call sky high. And I had a shot opportunity and he dropped at the shot and on the top of the back. So I'm running a different pace today. Hopefully something will come together. And I have a shot opportunity. Just trying to stay warm, stay focused. There's a buck, there's a buck. He's coming this way. That buck came in, caught me totally off guard. It's just, man, it's so cold right now, and it was about 10 o'clock, almost 10 o'clock. I was gonna get down around 10:30, and that buck came in. I turned and he's just walking right at me across this field, and he came in here this morning with a climber and set up. My guide told me kind of the approximate area where to go, and gave me a climber, and I just picked a tree and got set up. He was flicking his tail a lot. I think I saw him bed down, so. Ooh, man. It's amazing how you start shivering after you shoot. That was an awesome encounter.
Lane? Celsius, yeah, so. That's where he was standing right there?
Yeah, right here, man. So you're talking, what is that, me, okay? There's blood right there, bud. So let's just follow all the blood and see his tracks in the dirt or in the snow.
It's cool how that blood just gets that pinky frozen look, eh? When it's.
There, we're right in the blood again, eh? Where are we going here? Where'd he go next, do you think?
Whoa! There he is! Oh, dude, that's a nice buck, man.
Yeah?
Who are you talking him down?
He is a nice. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, fellas. I didn't lie intentionally. Yeah, man. No, I knew. Well, all right, guys, it's November the 10th, 2018. I'm up here hunting in Manitoba, as I said, and 4 days into an 8-day hunt, and I'm super stoked with this buck. This is a super cool buck, all bladed out beams, and hunting with my good buddies Matt and Adam Pauls. These guys have been awesome, super generous, been super hospitable, and definitely put me on some nice bucks. A couple nights ago, Matt sat with me and filmed, and had an opportunity at a legit giant, Manitoba giant, at least in my eyes, and he ducked at the shot, and I hit him up high, and licking my wounds for the past couple days. Adam's probably tired of hearing me rehash that story over and over again. The guy just can't help it. So came out this morning, and Adam put me in the spot. And the rest is history. It was just an awesome hunt, super cold, able to stick it out, and it's just cool. Like these Canadian bucks are they're just bigger bodied deer. Like this isn't a real old buck, but you can just tell like he's just long, you know. So big, chunky neck. Came in, made a scrape. I don't think I got that part on film, but because he surprised me. Literally, it was just like boom, deer, scrape, get your stuff ready, and walked right in, shot him at 13 yards. It's just so cool. Like when stuff like that happens, it just goes like perfect. Like you couldn't have scripted it better, as they always say, and you really couldn't have. Like he came literally right down it was just so thick, and he came right through it in an area that was, I had an opportunity to get an arrow through, and yeah, just an awesome hunt. Thanks for watching Midwest Whitetail. I guess I'm from the Great Plains, but we're here in Manitoba, so it's just an awesome hunt. I'm super happy.
Thanks for joining us here at Midwest Whitetail. It's Saturday, December the 8th. We're back out here on Tim's farm. We've only got to hunt a couple nights due to working second shift, but both nights we've seen deer come out here down in this bottom. So today we got the stand moved, and we're down here closer so we can hopefully get a shot at one of them. We think one of them possibly is Buck. He knows his Arnold, and the other one we couldn't tell. So we will see what happens and what comes out, and hopefully we have a good night. Looks a lot of smoke once we saw him. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Give it time, boys. Those does are getting close. That's all I got. Don't worry. That's a big deer. Yep. He's looking. Yeah, he is. So is that other buck? They're both looking back that way. I'm betting he's, what do you think, pushing 300 yards? Just stay on him. Thanks for joining us here at Midwest Whitetail. It's December 9th. It's about 3:30 in the evening. It's the last day of rifle season here in Kansas. We got a full blind. We got my fiance Kylie with me, and we got Chris Hale. They both have buck tags, and we're sitting back on that field we were at last night. We moved the blind another about 200 yards far down the tree line into this field just to get us a little bit closer shot at these bucks. Last night we had a buck we call Triton come out, great looking buck. And then at last light we had another good looking buck, possibly a shooter, fall by, just an absolute giant that came out last light. But they were pushing about 400 yards, and with it getting close to last light and trying to get a shot off, it just wasn't going to happen for us last night. So we knew if we left them alone, got out of here, got back in here today, we could get the blind moved over a little bit closer. Hopefully the deer are going to come out and do the same thing they did last night. So if they do, we'll have a shot within 200 yards. So you know, we're just looking to get a good one out here and hopefully get Kylie her first buck. It's not Triton, but it's a good deer. Yeah. Because he's about 200 yards out right now. I think he's the big one from last night, dude. If you don't want to shoot him, I'll go ahead. that's a big one from last night, Kylie.
Yeah, I'll shoot him. I can see him.
Okay.
Just tell me when he's close enough. I hope he gets more broadside though.
Yeah, I mean, he's angling right now. It's not that big evergreen tree. Keep going farther right. He's got his head up again. To the right of the evergreen tree, look. Do you see him? He's got his head up. Get on him and take a shot whenever you can, Kylie. Just aim a little high. I think she dropped him. That is a giant. All right, let's see. My goodness, Kylie.
All I could see was
One
like
shot, one kill. Kylie's back at it again.
I saw like the white of his chest, and I just aimed lower, like than the white.
God. On it.
God.
Lay it on that big boy. Alright. That's a good one too.
Oh gosh.
This is a buck. Me and Chris were out last night, and he came out almost like today. He was actually a little bit later than he was today. He came out and never had a shot at him. He was out here feeding, so we came out this evening, and we're bringing Kylie out here. We removed the blind we were sitting in farther down this trail. That way, the bucks and the does all came back out here in this little corner pocket out here in this cornfield, and they fed like they did last night, that we would get a good opportunity at him. And it was probably about a 200-yard shot, and you just dropped him in his tracks. I was a little worried we weren't going to get a shot at him. Once he finally crossed onto our property and we started feeding the beans, we had about 10 minutes left to shooting light, and Tom was getting close, and she was having a hard time finding him in the scope because he kept putting his head down. It is really hard to find some of these deer in these cornfields at this later in the evening, but he made a great shot on him, so it's a great buck.